Chapter 17. Sometimes, when you're on the road for a long time and the highway is humming along underneath you and the sun is shining sideways through the windows and the world is blurring by through the glass, something magical happens. No, magical ain't the right word. Magical feels glittery and fake and cute. This feeling, the one I'm talking about, is almost the opposite of that. It's solid and deep down and a forever kind of smooth like river rocks. This feeling I'm talking about is this. It's a rising up, like you're taking flight and leaving the road behind, like you're in a moment that somehow lifts up free from the rest of your life. And that moment, wherever you just were and wherever you're about to be, don't matter one little bit. Just for a few breaths, you're everywhere and nowhere, and you can feel your soul touching something big, some kind of truth that's hidden most of the time. It's like the first time you ride a bike. All at once, out of nowhere, the wobbling world settles down to a thrumming harmony. There's a balance that goes down to your bones, a kind of balance you never knew was there until it came alive all around and inside you. The falling stops, and the flying starts, and everything just hums. Everything just rings true. It's like that, this feeling I'm talking about. I know. Come on, Coyote. I sound like rodeo. It doesn't make any sense, unless you've ever felt it, I mean, because once you feel it, you know it ain't any kind of nonsense at all. Well, anyway, I had one of those moments the first morning that Salvador and his mom were with us. It was like this. It was that sleepy early morning time, and we were mostly feeling quiet. It was warm, but not hot, and we had some windows cracked, so there was a breeze flowing around us. Lester was up driving. Salvador and me were on opposite ends of the couch, me reading and him just looking out the window. Ms. Vega was sitting there in the throne across from us, and Rodeo was sitting on the floor, leaning back against his bed, plucking lazily at his guitar. He wasn't playing a song really, just picking and strumming through some chords, but then a song started pushing through and he slid right into it, and I knew which one it was. It was one of my favorites, and when Rodeo started murmuring the words, I couldn't help myself and I started to sing along. We were both soft at first, but then our voices found each other and we got louder, opening our throats a bit to let the song out. Rodeo's eyes caught mine and we traded smiles as we sang. Out of the corner of my eye, I could see Salvador and his mom looking at us, and I could have been self-conscious, I guess, but heck, it was my living room, even it was moving at 70 miles an hour, so why shouldn't I sing it? When light is on my side, love reveals itself to me. Then I can be set free. It's sort of a slow song, but one you really kind of have to shout. And as we headed into the next verse, we did, tilting our heads back and hollering it out. Yeah, sing it, Lester called back from the front. I smiled bigger and really started belting it out. I heard a rhythm sneaking in under our voices and realized that Miss Vega was clapping along. Not just on beat like most folks do, but funkier, hitting off beats, throwing in some accents and exclamations, adding a whole new flavor to the song. Rodeo cheered her and gave her a big smile, and I saw that Salvador's knee was bobbing along to the music, his chin rocking a bit. I fished under the couch where we always kept one of our tambourines, just in case, and tossed it to him. He caught it, but then froze and looked at me wide-eyed, all awkward all of a sudden. Play, I encouraged him, then crowed out the end of second verse. When you're tired and you're torn, humankind seems filled with misery. Then you can be set free. Salvador still wasn't playing, and I laughed and shook my head at him. How the heck can you be shy about playing the tambourine? Lord, all you have to do is bang it on your knee. Rodeo jumped into a clumsy guitar solo, and Salvador said to me, Who is this? And I said, This is us, back to him, all smiles and grooving on that rising up feeling. And he said, No, like, who sang this song? And I answered him, Langhorne Slim. And he said, Who? And I said, It don't matter, it's us singing it now. Come on and play. And I leaned over and slapped the tambourine he was still holding like it was a dang bomb, and he swallowed, but then he started playing, just hitting it against his leg on the beat, about as lazy as you can play a tambourine. But it was better than nothing, and that happy jingle jangle was just what the song needed. and his mom started clapping louder, and Rodeo and I launched into the final verse. Ivan, no doubt roused from a nap by all our carrying on, came yawning out through my bedroom curtain and then stopped and took in the scene. He didn't look all that impressed. He weaved his way through the concert, tail held high and straight, and hopped up onto my lap. He looked up at me, his eyes that crazy crystalline blue, and I scratched him just right behind his ears. I loved that Ivan had 5 laps to choose from, and he chose mine. My heart was full right there. I sang that song with Rodeo right over the top of that clapping jingle-jangle rhythm, and the world swirled around me, and Lester was drumming on the steering wheel and keeping us flying through it, and the one and only Ivan was warm on my lap, and then it happened. That feeling. The lifting up from the world feeling. I was sitting in the middle of the music with all those singing souls, and it felt like forever. It felt like always. It felt like a little piece of the biggest thing in the world. It felt like family. My whole heart was tingling. And then, of course, the song ended. Come on, Coyote, of course it did. The clapping stopped. The tambourine disappeared, and I fell back to earth, back down into my bones, and I felt that it was only a cat on my lap. Felt the empty space on the couch beside me, and maybe, I don't know why, but I felt like something like tears sting their way into my eyes, and I looked away from everyone else, looked off out into what was just kind of an empty highway world. There's so much sadness in the world.